The crystalline chamber of the Galactic Council hummed with tension as Ambassador Zethkar of the Andromedan Federation rose from his bioluminescent seat. His 7 eyes fixed upon the holographic display, showing Earth, a small blue marble, suspended in the vast darkness of space. Around the circular chamber, representatives from 47 star systems watched in silence, their various forms casting strange shadows in the artificial light. "Esteemed colleagues," Zethkar began, his voice resonating through the universal translators, "we gather today for what may be our final deliberation regarding the species known as humans." Commander Elena Vasquez stood at the defendant's podium, her crisp blue uniform a stark contrast to the alien architecture surrounding her. As Earth's sole representative to the Council, she had grown accustomed to these proceedings over the past 5 years. But today felt different. The air itself seemed charged with finality. The Keeper of Records, a floating entity of pure energy, materialized beside the central display. "The charges against humanity remain unchanged," it announced in its ethereal voice. "Excessive territorial expansion, violation of 17 non-interference protocols, and the unauthorized terraforming of 12 worlds within the neutral zone." Elena's jaw tightened. She had heard these accusations countless times, but the Council refused to acknowledge humanity's perspective. Earth was dying, had been dying for decades before first contact. The climate disasters, resource depletion, and overcrowding had left humanity with no choice but to expand outward. Yet the Council viewed their survival efforts as aggressive colonization. Furthermore, continued the Keeper, humanity has demonstrated a concerning pattern of technological acceleration that threatens the established order of galactic civilization. This was the crux of the matter, Elena realized. Humanity's rapid advancement from a single-planet species to interstellar colonizers in just 50 years had frightened the older races. What had taken them millennia to achieve, humans had accomplished in mere decades through what the Council termed reckless innovation. Councillor Vex Thul of the Centauri Collective leaned forward, her serpentine form undulating with agitation. "The humans show no respect for the harmony protocols that have maintained peace for 10,000 years. Their expansion continues despite our repeated warnings." Elena stepped forward. "Honored councillors, humanity seeks only survival. Our homeworld." "Silence," boomed Prime Arbiter Korvash, the ancient being whose species had founded the Council eons ago. "The time for human explanations has passed. We have deliberated for 5 rotations of the galactic core. Today, we render final judgment." The chamber fell into absolute quiet. Elena could hear her own heartbeat echoing in her ears. Behind her, through the quantum communicator, she knew that billions of humans across dozens of worlds waited for news that would determine their fate. Korvash's massive form shifted, organic crystal formations along his body, pulsing with inner light. "The Galactic Council hereby issues its final warning to the human species. You have 30 standard rotations to withdraw from all disputed territories and submit to Council oversight of your technological development. Failure to comply will result in immediate quarantine of all human settlements." Elena's blood ran cold. Quarantine meant isolation, cutting off trade, communication, and travel between human worlds. It was a death sentence for colonies that depended on interstellar commerce and resource sharing. "Prime Arbiter," Elena said, struggling to keep her voice steady, "humanity cannot accept these terms. Withdrawal from our colonies would result in the deaths of millions of civilians, and technological oversight would cripple our ability to solve the environmental crisis on Earth." "That is not the Council's concern," replied Zethkar dismissively. "Your species' survival is subordinate to galactic stability." Elena looked around the chamber, meeting the gaze of representatives from worlds she had once considered allies. The Tau Setians, who had shared technological advances with humanity, now avoided her eyes. The vegan consortium, with whom Earth had signed trade agreements, sat in stony silence. One by one, they had turned against humanity under pressure from the older, more established powers. But as Elena prepared to deliver humanity's response, something unexpected happened. The quantum communicator behind her crackled to life with an override signal. The familiar voice of Admiral Chen Zhang, commander of Earth's Stellar Defense Force, filled the chamber. "This is Admiral Zhang, speaking on behalf of the Terran Federation and all human colonies." His voice echoed with cold determination. "We have received the Council's ultimatum, and our response is unequivocal: no." Shocked murmurs rippled through the assembled delegates. Elena turned toward the communicator, equally surprised. This wasn't the response they had planned. Admiral Zhang continued, "Humanity will not abandon our colonies to appease species who would rather see us extinct than share the galaxy. We will not submit to technological shackles that would prevent us from healing our homeworld and securing our future." Prime Arbiter Corvash's crystal formations flared with anger. "You dare defy the combined authority of 47 star systems?" "We dare to survive," Zhang replied. "The Galactic Council has made its position clear. You view humanity as a threat to be contained, rather than a species to be welcomed. Very well. If you want a cold war among the stars, humanity is prepared to give you exactly that." The transmission cut out, leaving the chamber in stunned silence. Elena felt a chill run down her spine as she realized the implications of what had just occurred. Humanity had chosen isolation over subjugation, conflict over compliance. Councillor Vex Thul hissed in displeasure. "The humans have sealed their fate. Motion for immediate implementation of quarantine protocols." As votes began to register across the chamber's display, Elena straightened her shoulders. The die had been cast. Humanity would face the vast cosmos alone, with nothing but their stubborn will to survive and their remarkable ability to adapt. The final tally appeared: 46 votes for quarantine, 0 against, 1 abstention. Elena looked up at the towering form of Prime Arbiter Corvash as he delivered the final pronouncement. "By unanimous decision of the Galactic Council, humanity is hereby quarantined. May the stars witness, you have brought this isolation upon yourselves." Elena nodded curtly. "And may the stars witness humanity's response. We came to the galaxy seeking friendship and found only fear. But fear cuts both ways, counselors. You may have your quarantine, but you've also created your greatest rival." As she turned to leave the chamber, Elena couldn't suppress a grim smile. The Council had expected humanity to capitulate, to beg for mercy. Instead, they had chosen the harder path, one that would either forge humanity into a true galactic power or destroy them entirely. Either way, the galaxy would never be the same.